Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 4th grade concept of expanded notation. This is standard 4.2b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 2 off the 2022 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So a town had 3 14/100ths inches of rain during June. What is the value of the digit in the tenths place? All right, so the only number we really get is in word form there. So let's see if we can match our words with our numbers and our different notations here. So word form is going to be 3 and that's an important word there, 14/100ths. So what does that mean in standard form? So standard form is just what we would consider regular form, normal form. I'm just going to write it out in numbers. Well, 3 and. The reason I said that's important is because and is our placeholder word for decimal. So that's why when we are learning to say words when we're younger, we don't want to use the word and in like the hundreds, like 352. It should just be 352, or 352. So this and actually represents a decimal. So it's 3 and then 14/100ths. Okay, so it looks just like that, 3.14. Now let's check the place value. So this is the ones place. Now after the ones place, in the decimals come the THS's, the ths, tenths, hundredths. It's kind of a mirror to the whole numbers, except we don't have a oneths. But after the tenths and hundredths comes the thousandths. You'll deal with that in 5th grade. And then 10,000ths, 100,000ths, it just goes on and on and on. So if we were to write this in expanded notation, what would that look like? Remember, expanded notation is something we learned about in 3rd grade, but we really just dealt with whole numbers there. So expanded notation takes each digit and multiplies it by the value there. So that 3 in the ones place is going to be 3 times 1. Then you add all these little partial products together. I've got a 1 in the tenths, so 1 times 0.1. I could also write it 1 times 1/10, because remember you can write it either way, 1/10 of 0.1. So I'll just kind of write a parallel expanded notation down here. Then I've got a 4 in the hundredths, so 4 times 0.01, or 4 times 1/100th. You know, that doesn't really help me either, because I need to find the value of the digit in the tenths place, and it's really not giving me the values, giving me the expanded notation. So let's go back to something that we learned back in 2nd grade. Let's go back to expanded form. So expanded form is really what we need here. And that's going to give me the value of each digit, and they're just partial sums. So you can find expanded form if you start with expanded notation. If you want to, you can say 3 times 1, well that makes 3. So 1 times 1/10, well that's going to be easy. That's going to be 1/10. And then I got 4 times 1/100th, so that's going to be 4/100ths. All right, so there's my expanded form, and that is going to help me, because take a look what I need. I need the value of the digit in the tenths place. So my tenths place is right here, and it's that 1. And so if I wanted to find it in expanded notation, I could do this, but really I need to find the value, which means I need expanded form, and it's going to be right there. 0.1 is the value of the digit in the tens place. So my answer is J.